be the Heat off the tip. So here's Miami's starting group. Shane Battier is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Haslam. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Allen in at the 2. James, the offensive rebound. Good D by Harden. Butler in the corner. Back to Duncan. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
Nice look that time from the veteran Butler, a go-to scorer. He's also willing to make the extra pass. You know, Jimmy Butler is right in your face and candid. He's confrontational and doesn't back away from that. Entering the league under Tom Thibodeau, fire-breathing vets like Joakim Noah, that's how he rolls and that's what he knows. Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
No good with the wing jumper. And it's Miami's ball. On the wing, James, covered by Siakam. LeBron against Siakam. 5 to shoot, and a wide open look for James. And the shot is long. And if you're a coach, Clark, or a GM, how much concern do you have about acquiring a player like Jimmy Butler, who's not going to bite his tongue?
Yeah, you know, I think it's important that a winning culture is already in place with a guy like Jimmy Butler. Guys who don't mind being pushed and challenged to be their very best in the quest to win. He's a fire breather, but he's also a high-level performer, a high-quality guy. And when you have that combination, usually you're going to win.
Here is Harden following the basket by LeBron James. Duncan trying to break loose. They get it back. Some solid defense from Battier.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Now, here is Harden after LeBron James's miss. Harden against Wade. Harden, no good. And here are the Heat. Wade with it. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Duncan.
And that's part of his game. Love seeing Duncan just sky up there to reject shots. Does a great job of utilizing that wingspan along with his timing.
Bronx making a switch here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Heat also with a sub. Davis is checked in for Ray Allen.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
Amongst the many things that I appreciate most about LeBron James, and there are a lot, his leadership. I mean, everybody else just kind of naturally falls into place behind him because he's such a good example and a positive leader.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Rashard Lewis, he's checked in for Battier. And Jones subbed in for Davis. And both free throws good for LeBron. Timeout called here, the first for the Bronx. And it's Davis with the ball for the Bronx. Trailing by 2. Pass to Antetokounmpo. The 11-footer. And it's Haslam with the rebound. Haslam's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Lewis kicks to Haslam. The dish to Jones. Good ball movement here by Miami. Floats it up for James. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Superb timing by LeBron on that alley-oop.
Here's Siakam. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Wade passes to Lewis. Siakam against LeBron. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And now here's Davis, the fast break opportunity.
The well-put-together Butler proving that he's just a little too strong there, not allowing the physical defense to stifle him at all.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played.
Well, you know, it's hard to overstate the impact that Giannis has on the floor with his play. I mean, he gives you so much at both ends of the floor, offense and defense, and really draws a lot of attention from the opposing team.
And they take the lead.
And he gets one to fall, and now one out of his first 4.
And it's Jones with the ball for Miami. Played outside. Passes it to James. And he banks in the layup. James has got 8 points.
And, you know, guys, Wade is a terrific teammate, always willing to give up the ball and share the sugar, if you will, especially when his teammate is wide open.
Here's Harden, and the Bronx tacks on 2 more.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now here's James. He's got 8. Fires top of the key, and the jumper falls for him. 10 points for him.
That defense has to worry so much about LeBron as a passer that it opens things up for his jump shot.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Kicks it out to Siakam. Harden outside. Over Wade. Pocket 6. And the Bronx tacks on 2 more.
And, you know, even if you contest the shot, there's no guarantee you're stopping Harden. I mean, he's locked in on scoring, and he's one of the very best in the league.
Here's James. He's got 10. From deep 3-point range, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Bronx leads by 2. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the Bronx, what do you guys think?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Tracy McGrady is out there with White. Then there's Dominique Wilkins. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Davis at the center position.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
This is his first free throw of the game. That free throw missing. Davis is checked in for Brown. Good on the second free throw. Miami trails by 3. And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Heat, we've got Haslam. Shane Battier is out there with Lewis. Then it's Allen, and it's Davis in at the point. 6 on the shot clock. Lewis against Wilkins. Lewis misses. The Bronx leading by 3, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And Miami making a change here. Brown's checked in.
Play him tight, come on.
It's stolen by Davis. Wilkins with the ball, and Allen picks him up defensively. It's slammed in by Wilkins.
Boy, the human highlight film. Wilkins that time crushing it off the dribble.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Brown feeling it out a bit. Haslam, and Davis sends it back. One-on-one fast break. Oh, and the dunk by Wilkins.
There are very few guys in this league who make dunking a true art form. Neek is one of those guys.
Here's Brown. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Brown's got his first 2 points of the night. Timeout called, the Bronx. getting ready for the Bronx. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Anthony Davis. Anthony comes in for Embiid. Irving's checked in for Dominique Wilkins. And Kobe is subbed in for Tracy McGrady. Davis is checked in for Miami. Now here's Duncan. Nice ball movement there by the Bronx. The pass to White. Back to Bryant. The tray. They get it back. Irving kicks to Duncan. He feeds it to Carmelo. Goes back up. And that's an air ball. Not even close. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Miami. It's a 5-point game. Here's Haslam. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Here's White. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And here's the fast break. Bryant leading the way. The three. Traps in the tray. Bryant's got his first 3 points of the game. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Bronx.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Allen. Off the left rim and out.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D. Allen's position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Bronx. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Irving. And James Harden has subbed in for White. The Heat also changing it up. LeBron, he's checked in for Lewis. Wade comes in for Allen. And it's Brown in for Davis. Here's the Bronx. Big stretch here going 10-2. And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
And here is LeBron. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Bryant with it. Wade picks him up. And Duncan throws it down hard.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
And some changes here for the Bronx. Joel Embiid comes in for Duncan. And it's Jimmy Butler coming in for Bryant. And Miami with a change here, too. Jones is checked in. Now, here's Wade. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Count it.
Boy, you got to admire the mid-range game of Wade. Has this area of the floor on lock. I mean, incredibly efficient from here.
Harden against Jones. Out to the wing. Here's Embiid. That shot missing. And it's Miami the other way. Wade left side. LeBron passes to Wade. Comes up empty from 19 feet out. Here's the Bronx. They're on a 15-4 run. Embiid kicks to Harden. Offensive rebound. From past the arc. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And it's Wade penetrating. Banked in off the glass. Wade's got 4 this quarter.
And how about Wade going hard to the cup there, using his strength and athleticism to get past the defense.
And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That is his first foul of the game. From deep, Harden. And so it's the Bronx with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a... wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
They've got Jimmy Butler. Anthony Davis is out there with Duncan. Then it's Pascal Siakam. And it's Harden in at the 1 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. And the basket is good. That's 7 points for Butler.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Now here's Brown over Harden. That one off the back iron and out.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Here's Brown. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
Here's Davis. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Miami trails by 19. Here's LeBron. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Siakam.
When LeBron has it inside like that, I mean, it's almost impossible to stop him. Worst case scenario, he's going to get himself to the foul line.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game. No good on the free throw. Wilkins is checked in for the Bronx. White comes in for James Harden. Rashard Lewis, he's checked in for the Heat. Davis comes in for Brown. He hits the second from the line. And it's the Bronx with the ball. Duncan left side. Siakam outside. Davis down low. He's guarded by Haslam. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That is his first foul of the game. Tracy McGrady's checked in for Duncan. Seconds now into the second half. Back to White. Nice ball movement there by the Bronx. 5 on the clock. Here's Davis. And another miss by the Bronx. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Heat. They trail by 18. Allen passes to Haslam. On the wing, Davis. Shoots from the high post. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal. And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots. Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
That one goes. Count it.
Yeah, McGrady inside is confident, using his outstanding length to get the shot he wants and to get it off.
Timeout called, the Heat.
And guys, aggressive in creating his own shots, but thus far they have not been falling. Probably a good time to try and devote some of that energy to getting others involved.
And some changes here for the Bronx. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Anthony Davis. And Antetokounmpo subbed in for Pascal Siakam. Wade, he's checked in for Miami. Jones comes in for Davis.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
James outside. To end the run. That shot, no good. Good D by Embiid.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
1:39 left in the third.
You know, guys, it's not surprising to hear that Joel Embiid gets a lot of inspiration from Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. And both came to the game late. Both represent the continent of Africa. And Embiid really kind of modeled his game after Hakeem, and that's a heck of a model.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for him this half.
Wade drives in. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. And when he first came to America, what a great story this is. Embiid's coach in Cameroon sent him a DVD of Hakeem's highlights.
And that was a good start for Embiid. And good work by you, Kevin, to dig up that factoid. Very nicely done. But you're right. Embiid said he watched that tape every day for 3 years. And you can see evidence of him watching that tape and how he plays.
Shane Battier is checked in for Miami. Here's Wade. And that one drops for him. Wade's got 6 points.
And you gotta like the touch there from Wade inside. A polished interior scorer who knows how to get to his sweet spot.
Now here's White. 7 points in the game. Dishes it to Wilkins. And the rejection by LeBron. Lock at 6. Here's Embiid. Here's Giannis. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. Wade passes to Battier. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Battier is the full package pro, a knockdown 3-ball specialist who also gets it done by working hard on the defensive end, too.
And the first one at the line is good. And Miami making a change here. Both free throws good from Battier. Brown against Harden. Pass to Butler. Embiid with it from downtown. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
LeBron affected that shot, and his defense doesn't get quite the hype that his offense does, but over his career, he's been a consistent, aggressive defender on a lot of possessions.
And so it's the Bronx, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll return shortly. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. They've got LeBron James. Shane Battier is out there with Haslam. Then there's Brown, and it's Wade in at the 2 spot. And stolen by Butler. Pull up Jay. Harden can't hit. The drive by Wade, and it's Wade with the jam.
Boy, you're playing with fire anytime you leave somebody open on James' team. I mean, LeBron, his court vision, outstanding.
Now here's Harden, and here's Bryant for 3, and it's LeBron James with the rebound.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
From deep, it's good from long range.
Tell you what, that's something LeBron has really worked on a bunch. I mean, the 3-point shot is a real weapon of his now.
Butler passes to Embiid. Back to Butler. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Passes it to Bryant. Fires it up. And another miss by the Bronx. Back to Harden. Beyond the arc. Miami grabs the miss. To the middle. Here's James. The shot's good. Brown making the play. 16 points for LeBron.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Timeout called. Bronx.
Yeah, They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
And a new group getting ready for the Bronx. Anthony Davis is checked in for Embiid. Duncan comes in for Antetokounmpo. Irving's checked in for Kobe. And it's White in for James Harden. Then for the Heat, Allen comes in for Dwayne Wade. Davis is subbed in for Brown. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bronx.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. Miami trails by 19. James looking around. Outside, Davis trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop. Irving kicks to White from 20 feet out. Misses off the right iron.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
LeBron against Irving. Now here's Davis. Defense is right there. Allen outside. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to James. Here's the 3. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Irving attacking. Outside, Davis. Nice ball movement there by the Bronx. Three-pointer, Butler. The Bronx working now with the fresh shot clock. Tipped away. Irving dishes to Butler. Here's White. They grab their own miss. Davis kicks to White. The pass to Butler. Davis with it. Defended by Allen. Davis with the bucket.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Now a timeout called by Miami. And you look at Jimmy Butler. He's about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
Bronx making a switch here. McGrady's checked in. And then for Miami, Lewis checked in for Battier. Johnson comes in for LeBron. And Smith subbed in for Allen. Now here's Davis. Lewis outside. Launches a 3. Miami no good on that time either. The Bronx leading by 21. McGrady passes to Davis. And that one goes long.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Smith against McGrady. Lewis left side. To the paint, trying to get something going. And it's Davis missing.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Irving kicks to McGrady. Out to White. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover. .59 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Johnson can't get it to go. Guys, some great passing from him. Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively. How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Well, you know, that's the way it's going to be for them today, fellas. Can't sustain any momentum.
Now here is Davis. Lewis gets the bucket.
And when he rises up, he knows he's probably going to get a clean look. It's a matter of executing.
You know, for me, it doesn't get any better than seeing big fellas who can use the mid-range jumper to their advantage.
A shot by McGrady, no good. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Heat. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. First free throw is good. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
They get it back. Duncan finds Anthony. Outside Irving. White drives in. Shoots the three. So no problem for the Bronx as they get the win. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg.